a substantial lawsuit to someone can be appealing, or someone who's been sort of timid, didn't think they could come forward, can come forward. But I've always found it interesting that people will go on forever, sometimes, if they have been victims, never said anything to anybody, and then once a lawsuit becomes public, they then get the courage to join in. You know, the Bill Cosby case is a great example of that. It doesn't mean that it didn't happen, but it's always interesting to me when people just wait and don't do anything, and then somebody files a lawsuit and they get the courage and they show up. Hey, John, talk to me today.
Hello, Mildred and Gabby. Mildred, I am very, very excited in let Jeffrey Fyron come on your station and let the people in Texas, the taxpayers in the city know that they being ripped off for millions and hundreds of millions of dollars. And them doggone insurance is the main corporate is ripping them off or so.
Wait just a second. Brian Banks been telling y'all forever about what was happening with this insurance.
Yeah, I
know.
And
and the representatives from CPAN, they've been talking about it. But there's something about the way Jeffrey Feiger tells that story that makes you feel good, huh?
Well, he's outside and looking in. And look at how the taxpayers being rolled in the city. How they been taking with their money. And this Mike Duggan is one of the main corporates was doing the insurance company favor and so forth. And and you got some of these narrow-minded Negroes. Detroit don't have no money. I heard it over the weekend. A lady on another state. Detroit don't have no money. And I said, woman, where you get this garbage from? Detroit been passed through the nose for years and years and years. And like you said, Mr. Brian Banks broke it down to them and educated them and so forth. Some of them still don't get it, but that's okay. I ain't gonna worry about them. They're not important. But Mildred, I just wanted to ask you a question. Last night, one of them narrow-minded Republicans run for Congress in Montana, knocked the reporter down and broke his glasses. And I want to know what should be done to them. That's a thug, Mildred. That's a Republican thug that did it and so forth. Because the guy asked him, the reporter asked him some shady questions about Donald Trump. So I just wanted to ask you what you think should be done and what would be done about it in circumstances and so forth.
I'm not clear on what you just said.
Okay, in Montana, there's two politicians running for office.
Okay.
A Democrat and a Republican.
Okay.
And the Democrat is gaining a lot of ground on the Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And the runoff gonna be sometime this week. So one of the reporters asked the Republican about Donald Trump, some saving questions about Donald Trump. And this fool the Republican candidate just went ballistic and knocked the reporter down, just threw him to the ground, to the floor, and broke his glasses and so forth. Yeah, and he being charged for assault. But that considered as what you call one of them for knowledge assault and so forth. I just want to know what do you think about it. You've been a newscast, new reporter and so forth.
Oh boy, it's crazy. But here's the greatest story is this posture that Republicans have right now.
That's right.
This arrogance, these racist leanings.
That's right. That's right.
That is the comfort arena the Trump presidency has created in this in this country. The sheriff's office has announced charges in a press release saying that, well, the Republican candidate is a guy by the name of Greg Gianforte. And you're correct. He body slammed Ben Jacobs for asking the question, and the police department has launched its own investigation. Well, they have certainly filed charges against this candidate. Now, here's what's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how the candidate ends up doing in the election, because people who support the Trumpites, they don't care what their candidates do.
It seems that way.
They don't care who they hit. They don't care how many racial slurs they use. They don't care. And the reporter says the candidate broke his glasses.
That's right. That's right.
That he body slammed, and he told him, he says, "You body slammed me and you broke my glasses." And you know what the candidate said? "Get the hell out of here."
But that's why I say that should be felonious assault, Mildred. That should be a heavy charge on that client and so what we're doing. That's my opinion. So I just want to get your opinion.